Hey, this is Scott Lee from the New England Metal and Hardcore Festival. You're listening to the Vulgar Display of Podcasts.
Hi, and welcome to the Vulgar Display of Podcasts, live from the Barn Studio in Southeast Missouri, joined with a special guest right now. We have Mr. Scott Lee from the New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. Scott, how are you, man?
I'm doing great,
Hey, we're excited about this announcement recently, September 15th and 16th. You're bringing back the fest.
Yes, sir. The return.
And then all is right in the metal and hardcore world, right?
We hope so.
I tell you what, I know the fest is obviously legendary. It's a part of metal's history, I would say. But man, this lineup, and especially in my opinion, Saturday is just great killer bands.
You know, it was really funny. My wife would watch me put the whole thing together, and she's like, you just put together a festival that you want to go to. That's the most incredible thing ever. It's like, that's pretty cool that you did that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch every fucking band as much as I can.
And I love that there's a mix of what I would say old school and new school. So you obviously, you have, Hatebreed, which is played numerous times, Shadows Fall, Dying Fetus, Lamb of God, obviously. But then, I love this new wave of death metal that we're getting with 200 Stab Wounds and Frozen Soul and all that. So I love that it's a mix of both.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like it's a good time. Gates of Hell, the younger bands, Gates of Hell, Judiciary, Momentum, Paleface, Fuming Mouth, it's like Tribal Gaze, Undeath, fucking A, Undeath is great.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Really excited. So the layout for the festival is going to be, it's outside in the back parking lot of the Worcester Palladium, and there's two main stages for the 2nd and the 16th, and the 15th at the Parkway Drive is just one stage. And then, there's for the 16th, there's also a third stage in the small room inside the Worcester Palladium.
Oh, cool.
And so, yeah, that's going to be kind of an intimate place, So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. We're very, very excited about the whole thing. It's like, it's definitely, it's banger after banger after banger for this whole lineup. You know what I mean?
No doubt about that. When I seen it announced and when the Vulgar Display of Podcast seen it announced, we were actually like, holy cow. I'm kind of like you. It felt like somebody went through my Spotify playlist and just made a show.
Now, you going to come up to the festival, you think, or what's up?
Man, it's so far for us. And I'm a husband and a dad of 3 daughters, younger daughters. And that's right around the time school's kind of starting. Would love to get up there. I haven't been before, but would absolutely love to.
I understand and I get it. You got a family, but you should come.
Yeah, and if you need a podcast on site, maybe we could make that happen. But
let's figure it out.
Regardless, you have our full support and love this. What actually goes into planning a major festival like this? What does the concert goer not see that's behind the scenes?
Just the deal making, all the production aspect of it all, just making this all work, dealing with the people, a lot of people in the whole spectrum of this, you're dealing with agents and band managers and all of it. It's like the concert goer doesn't want to know, because the concert goer just wants to go to the concert and not know the whole shit and caboodle of the business. You know what I mean? But there's a lot that goes into it. There's it's put together. You have to know the game and how the players of the game are, and then how to put this together and how to create the revenue streams for this to make this all work. So, yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more to explain than just, it's just like, you're dealing with different people and different people that book the bands and, and all that type of thing. So there's a lot.
I imagine so. And you mentioned, trying to see every band, are you able to enjoy the actual festival itself, or is it a lot of work?
It's a lot of work, but I get to enjoy it. If I'm not doing, I'm not gonna BS. It's a business, but it's like at the same time, I fucking love this music and I love these bands, and it's part of my life. It's just like, I think, how do I put this? It's like, I love my job. I'm involved with extreme music and everything like that, and not everybody loves their job, but it's still a job. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm going to try to watch as much as I can. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like I'm excited to see 100 Demons in the As of the Lord's lineup. You know what I mean? Those are some great friends of mine. I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the bands, but I'll try to see as much as I can.
Sure. How many months of preparation goes into something like this?
Oh, it's a year-round type of thing, to be honest with you. We're already working on the next year.
So we'll be coming back next year?
Yeah. Unless there's a catastrophe of some type of sort, but we're looking at next year as well.
Yeah, and I was kind of looking at that. I mean, because you have to think about tour routing and bands being available for certain dates, and and obviously, the venue and, your availability and whatever that might be. So it seems like it's a lot of moving pieces and parts, and I'm sure it's a lot of work that goes into it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
There's a lot of East Coast bands on this bill, and was that important to you to represent the East Coast the way that you have, it looks like, on the bill?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely important. I mean, it's like on the back, on the flyer, on the ad mat, it's Anthony from Vane is the top picture. So that was definitely like an important aspect of it. I mean, listen, Lamb of God played, the first time they played the festival, they played at 1:00 in the afternoon. Hatebreed played the festival 100 million times. Right. Shadows Fall played at the same time. Black Dahlia Murders headlined the festival one year. Dying Fetus has played it a month. I mean, the New England brand is there, between Hatebreed, Shadows Fall, 100 Demons, Vane. Who else is from? Yeah, I think that's it for New England bands. Yep, that's definitely it. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to have a couple more, but they weren't able to play.
Other than maybe Metallica, every metal band that you can even think of has played the fest. Are there any specific years or performances that stick out to you in your mind as some of the most memorable?
The first year of Meshuggah, Megadeth was a great was great. There was 1 year Acacia Strain played with the Behemoth. That was an amazing set for both bands. A Sleeping Giant, anytime they played, big fan of them. I think, the first year was a great year when we had, Earth Crisis doing direct support to Manowar. You know what I mean?
Right. And I know there was maybe a cancellation or something by somebody else, but that's not two bands that I would put together. But I am actually a fan of sort of mixed genre bills, and I feel like festivals are getting better at that. Was that some of the intention with yours as well?
Yeah, I mean, we this area of New England is, very, very metal and very, very hardcore and very, very metalcore, true metalcore. And, putting that all together, that was the idea. Just doing cross bills, I mean? We would do bills before with Hatebreed and Entombed back in the day. I mean? Just doing different types of things, being creative with that, and trying to get different types of people in the door, and opening people's minds. That's one thing that I think the younger generation is doing very well with, is being open-minded. Same people like Chelsea Grant are also the same people that are liking Judiciary, you know what I mean? Or Momentum, and same people liking, Hazing Over are liking Dying Fetus, you know what I mean? It's like the younger generation doesn't have boxes, and is not putting themselves in boxes, you know what I mean?
And I always credit Hatebreed for this, so definitely being one of the bands that I remember being at not early Hatebreed shows, but, late 90s, early 2000 Hatebreed shows where the metal kids didn't understand the hardcore kids, and the hardcore kids didn't understand the metal kids.
Correct.
But Hatebreed seemed to fuse those worlds together. And now
150%. Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
And we always kind of credit them for that. I think they had at least something to do with that. But now it's just, I call everything metal. It's just metal. And I consider myself a metal fan. Now, that can be the most extreme death metal, or, pretty much hard rock?
I mean, here's the thing. It's like, okay, Terror just did a Black Dahlia Murder, went on tour with Black Dahlia Murder, with Fuming Mouth opening up. And it's like cross genres and like is definitely a thing nowadays. Also, Hatebreed was part of that whole scenario as well. Hatebreed, and I think Hatebreed also did a tour with, Slipknot brought out Hatebreed on a tour. You know what I mean? So they saw what it does. Crossing genres only helps everybody involved with it. You know what I mean? And just like, it's like you said, it's all metal, man. It's just one way or another,
You kind of mentioned some of the legendary bands that have played it. And I know Lorna Shore played it. Was it maybe 2014 or 15? And now
they're fucking played a while ago. Now they're monsters.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was a side stage or whatever it might have been. I'm sure they were not a big band at that time, and now they're one of the biggest bands in metal.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Another one I wanted to ask you about was Gwar actually played 1999. What was it like working with the Gwar guys, and how was that experience?
Man, they are some great fucking people. Dave Roski was a great human being. Definitely. There's nothing wrong with Gwar. They are the kindest, hardest working people ever. And they put on a fucking Broadway show every night for their fans. It was always a great time working with them. They got it. You know what I mean? They have punk rock ethics and created it into the metal world,
Hey, in 2003, you guys released the New England Metal Hardcore Festival DVD. And I know It was wildly popular in the metal scene. I remember watching it over and over and over. Mm-hmm. Did you see an increase with awareness with your festival after that 100%. DVD came out?
100%. Yes. I mean, it's like it definitely helped us. It gave us a bigger, it was a platform for us, to put us out to the rest of the world, never mind the country. It's very funny. We did the DVD with Trustkill, and we made the DVD, and Josh from Trustkill called me and was like, "Hey man, we got a problem." I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Victory, there's an issue with Victory." So we had to destroy 20,000 DVDs. The store, and basically we had to redo the whole packaging without any of the Victory bands on it.
Oh no.
It's a true story.
That's a nightmare.
So, you're telling me. I mean, it was Josh Trustkill was the one that put it all together, but it's just there's a lot more to the story, but I can't get into it. But it's true. That definitely happened.
We're joined here by Scott Lee with New England Metal and Hardcore Festival, Friday, September 15th. Parkway drives the headliner. Just saw them recently. My goodness, what a show they put on. Saturday.
Oh, they're great.
Oh yeah.
I got to see them in Australia I got to do a tour in Australia with them once. Went over to Australia with Acacia Strain and hung out and did the whole tour. It was Acacia Strain. It was Confession, Acacia Strain, Day to Remember, Suicide Silence, Parkway Drive.
Jeez.
It was massive. It was like so big. Outdoor amphitheater big. And they also played their high school on the tour.
Oh wow.
It was great. Those are some great people. They are very, very kind people. I'll never say anything ill will about Parkway Drive, even if somebody had a gun to my head. Great people.
Yeah, and they are the headliner on the 15th, September 15th, Saturday, September 16th. We mentioned half the bill already, but your headliner is Lamb of God. I'd love to see them headlining this day, or this festival, and specifically this day.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
Where can they get all the information? Is tickets still available? I know you guys are doing VIP passes. Can you give your information out on where people can purchase tickets?
Yeah. VIP tickets are available at soundrink.com. And then everything else is at metalandhardcorefestival.com. Excuse me, metalandhardcorefest.com. That's what it is.
Scott, we appreciate you joining us on the Vulgar Display podcast today, and we are super supportive of the New England Metal and Hardcore Festival, September 15th and 16th. Appreciate it, Scott.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks, brother. Thank you for your support.